Let's go, baby. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to get on here. We'll grab my coffee, and we back. We are back. Back to this. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, un momento. All right, let's go, baby. We back. Yo, I don't know if anybody's. This pre-market's crazy right now. Let me pop this open. So we might have some chop coming into the week, only because we have, I believe it was PPI. Let me see. If you guys want to see the news, you go to Bloomberg.com, right? You go to the economic calendar. Then you go to the filters. Chief, dude. And then you go to the filters. You just hit United States. You just uncheck everything else. And then after that, it just filters all the U.S. news. So on Wednesday, you can see we have PPI, and this does come out at 8:30. So it comes out right at market open. Actually, this is different time. This is gonna be 7:30. It's an hour before market open, but it's gonna be a huge day. And then we have FOMC at 2 o'clock that day as well. So PPI and FOMC is huge. Usually the market waits for those days, so we might get like a nice sweep today, right? Like we might be able to grab like a reject from here or here to come back down to grab these pre-market lows. I can see that happening today. And then chop from that, right? So it's usually one move and then chop until Wednesday. Wednesday's usually chop until the news comes out, right? Just because that's what the investors are waiting for. They're waiting to see what's going to happen. The 671 to 674 range on SPY would probably be no trade zone, only because this is an untested London high, and we have a break of the high of the day, right? So this would be previous day high Friday, and then you have untested London high. So this would be a supply, right? We would look for price to come in here. We would look for price to come in here and reject. All right. So we could look for that Friday sweep or this retest. And then if we break above that 674.5, then, I'd be more open to taking it up to probably 680. That'd be my next spot. And then so on, right? So we do have to plan for the upside. I wanted this move last night when I was charting. I was like, man, this is gorgeous. Look at this. We have bullish divergence on the 1 hour over the course of, the entire week. This is Monday. This is Friday, making a lower low on Friday, but the RSI is making a higher low as well. So that's like an awesome bullish divergence to go back to the upside. Now the question is, how far do we want to go? Because now we have bearish divergence on the 5 minute, but we're still oversold on the 1 hour. So I have, the last day that we traded, we had what did we have? We had bullish divergence on the 5 minute, but we were perfectly fine on the 1 hour. And I said, well, let's see what happens. And that was the day that we caught. That was Friday, right? Friday was gorgeous. And then we had a nice sweep. We saw a beautiful inverse fair value gap to the downside. Stop loss was here. Almost hit it, right? That was our stop loss. And then, look, previous day high, swept, boom. Pre-market high, swept, boom. Opening price, swept, whoa, where'd it go? Broke underneath. So we're like, okay, sweet. We broke under, closed, right? Because we're really trading on the 5 minute. Wait for this pullback. This is stop loss. And then we could target the lows, right? The next area of liquidity. So that was a textbook trade. I even talked to you guys through it as we were going through it. So that was fire. So same thing for SPY today, right? We could reject right here or up here. I'm kind of just waiting to see. Mondays, we got to be more patient. It's just note taking on Mondays, right? Just what do we do? How are we looking? Unless we see a good setup. So see NVIDIA, right, inside, but also in the supply zone, right? So I would be looking for rejects at this 184 to take it back down, even to 181. It's still a good trade. I obviously like to target more R's, right? Because I want more reward. But yeah, not bad. If we break above that 184, you can see 187. So we go ahead and do that. And then if we go below 178, you can see 175, right? So that's got some distance to go on it. I think obviously since we're pushing up right now, we'll probably see that 184 reject first or break out above that. Chief, dude, can you itch out there? And then AMD is looking a little. I chart AMD. AMD is looking like we should reject this 196. I would like to see it reject this 196. If not, potentially come up to this. I'm gonna put that there. 199. So this whole thing would be a sell zone though, and then even 202 to 203. I mean, I don't think I charted it last night, but minor adjustments. That's 830 candle. Yeah, so that's previous. That's Friday's high, anyways. So yeah, so I would say above 196.60 up to that 199 for AMD for sure. So not too shabby. SPY, NVIDIA, AMD. Say Tesla. I feel like I'm missing one of mine. See Tesla. I see Tesla. Tessie has been. We'll see with Tessie too, because we got to break above this Friday's high to go take out these untested highs. So that's still a great move though. 400 to 408, 409 essentially, right? 4085. And then, or we could look for that 400 reject, right? We could look for the same previous day high reject. down to that 387. This would I would be looking for a bounce at 387. This is a strong support. Like every time we've hit it so far, we've bounced off of it. Like bounce, bounce, bounce. So there's obviously a strong support. See the higher time frames. Maybe I could see like a little, maybe if we go to the tops of the wicks, probably want to break that. Right, but we could be in that little wedge right there, so we could wait to see if we get a little pop out of that, and then take it up. So 452. Usually, when they pop out of those, they go straight up, right? So, boom, images. That, boom. There you go. So that's kind of what we see, right, on Tesla, except it's more flat. It might be a triangle. What triangle? Yeah, so it's a triangle. A wedge. Yeah, it's not really flat. I don't really like triangles or trend lines, but key level wise, I just use a break above, right? So like if it did break above this, then obviously we're good. So smaller time frame again. Right. I'm working on swing trades. All right. I'm gonna bring you guys some swing trade game here soon. I just like my swing trades are just long terms. I just be going, if we're at a major support on like a daily with the 200 right there, I'll just swing it a couple months. Those are expensive though, so I don't, I'm not gonna call that out. But I'm gonna try to get it. I've been doing like watch list swing trades to bring some more to you guys instead of just day trades and long terms. But yeah, so for Tesla, I'd probably just say above that 400, we'll come and sweep this 408. That'd be pretty nice. I'll set an alert there. And that's probably the main watch. Meta, huge bounce. That's $20 bounce. Probably won't touch Meta. Someone said, like, I saw something on the news. Oh, it's going to be a giga bull market. I have no idea what that means. Giga breakout, just gonna go crazy. But if you guys look on the 4 hour and the 200, maybe we could turn them all on really. The 50 and the 100. That's on the daily only. Boom. Okay. So I think this is how we're looking. I think we're gonna potentially continue here. We're at a support right here. So not surprised to see a bounce. Have a gap right here around the 673 area where our levels are. Right? 671, 674. That's where I said that reject is in that gap. Perfect. And then potentially, I think, hit this 200 and then bounce. Look at every time we hit that 200. Boom. Go crazy. Goes crazy off that 200. And then if we go more than 20%, we're in a bear market. So this is a correction area right here, 10%. Correction, 20% bear market. This is when it gets exciting. This is when you take all your day trading profits and full send into leaps after you into some long-term plays, I should say. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I'm gonna do I'll do the watch list. Those are probably my favorite ones this morning. Again, I mean, we can see what hood. Netflix bouncing. I mean, we'll see what happens. That's what I'm saying. It's a data collection Mondays, right? Data collection Mondays. The goal is less trades but more size on the trades. That's kind of what I'm going for. I would like to just hang out, play my music and BS, and wait for a good trade that I could be like, okay, cool. I'll throw $5,000 at this one. Like, this should be solid. So that's my objective. But yeah. Yeah. I'll do watch list. I'll do it live with you guys. If you want to stay on, you can. Here we go, baby. Watching for today. All right. 671. Reject. It is kind of a big reject, but could happen. And then we'll just watch this. Like I said, if we monitor, if we open and then sweep the highs real quick of pre-market and then come back down, then we can take it to London lows. But major levels would be 671 to 674 reject. 661 to 657. I mean, that's such a big, that's a big freaking 661.5, we'll say. That's such a big range. If you guys know me, I hate when pre-market makes a big move. Hate it. Disgusting. NVIDIA, if you do decide to take this long, 184 to 186, I mean, you could grab a little $2 move, but I'd rather see that 184 reject down. Yeah, we'll go 184 reject. We'll go to NVIDIA, 184 reject. That 184, man, that's been a key level for a minute in the video. 184, video 184, below 184 to 181, below 184, 181. Fucking fire. All right. So yeah, so we can see that reject again at that 184. If we pop above it, I mean that's our pivot. 184 reject. That's probably what I would take. There's also bearish divergence. I would take AMD. We'll go 190. AMD. 196.60. Let's do 197 to be safe. 197 reject. Or, well, you know what? We'll go 196.5 reject. Or above 197. $99. It's not bad. Fill that, so we'll come fill this down here. So yeah, I mean, you guys could really just draw yourselves a little zone. And then Tessie, I still think we could hit that. I'm gonna do Tesla instead of AMD. If you guys are on here and you watched it, you obviously know what to look for. But I think Tesla's better for watch list. We'll go 400, 401, 401. Reject or above 401 to 40. Say 4085. Fire. What else you guys want me to look at? Any stocks you guys are looking at? I know some of my people watch PLTR and stuff. Look, see, we had that chop above there. And it's kind of just choppy. It's just in a range. You guys are looking at UNH sometimes. Nice. Probably trade UNH shit. 282. Yeah. Let's see. All right, famo. Let's go. Be patient. Take notes. Reach out if you have questions. And get people in Discord. Get people, share the channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I like to see the people on here. Let's go, baby. Good shit.